Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 63 of Survival of the Fitted podcast, favorite podcast in the world. I'm Joe Williams, and we have none other than Ian Pierno, my trusty co-host to the side of me. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm a little under the weather again, but it's okay. It's sunny outside. I know I'll heal up soon. Vitamin C, boing.
Boink. You love to hear it. You love to see it. First of all, we're recording this on Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Listening to this on Seis de Mayo, but either way, it's good to mention. First order of operations. First thing I want to talk about: James Harden, green outfits. How do you feel about this? This is like one of my favorite James Harden looks we got of the season. I'm appreciative of it.
It's good.
How do you feel about it?
I love any all green outfits because it's always more green than your Whole Foods. I'm too flat, Jeff Goldblum. So I'm always supporting all green moment.
Right.
My apartment is green themed. I've actually been a massive hater of James Harden fits in the past, but I actually think since he's been traded to Philly, he's low-key been doing his thing a little bit. If I could redo my LeagueFits awards votes, he would have been on like my third team.
Oh, pull the receipts out. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I like the statement that we're making from James Harden. I'm not gonna lie. I just actually no. I don't like the pants. I don't think the pants play into this at all. But I appreciate the fact that we're like clashing different tones of green.
Yeah,
and I hope
that's my
favorite. Other people can appreciate that too.
That's my favorite type of outfit. Is like where it's monochromatic, like it's all blue or brown or whatever, but all the shades are different. That's like my favorite genre of outfit.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck that's called. Also, I'm not like a huge designer guy, but the Bottega boots are sick. I need me a pair of Bottega boots.
Really?
Yeah, if there's like
the photos, I had to cut it off, but
I know. But you can kind of see the Bottega boots a little bit, and I need Bottega boots. Like
really?
Every other.
Where does one get a pair of these at?
Bottega.
Online vibes.
You can literally just walk to Bottega. And walk in and be like, hey, do you have a size 45?
I like James Harden. I like the fact that he like kind of revamped his style in like the last coming of years. Pretty cool. Seeing the little revolution he got from Houston.
Yeah, because early LeagueFits, he was like a star. You remember like 2018 LeagueFits, like he and PJ Tucker were like stars together. And then he just got weird and kind of lazy with it. And now that he's like in Philly, he's kind of been back on his swagger, and I'm happy to see it. It's good. It's good for the hashtag brand.
I got my swagger back.
I got my swagger back.
I think I'm gonna do that. Every episode, I'm just gonna yell. We gotta yell something every single episode, and that's my yell for this episode.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we're done with James Harden.
Yeah, we're done with James Harden.
I just wanted to touch on that. It was a really good fit, and I was like, "There's no way we're not going to talk about that." But we have something bigger to talk about. Something that you texted me yesterday. You want to get into this?
Yeah. I think Devin Booker's outfits are getting kind of boring.
Whoa. Although I will say this, I think they were boring to start. And then I said that like.
Well, no, they weren't boring to start. They were just simple. I don't know. Maybe it's just because there's so many games in basketball. Like if Devin Booker was a football player, like he would have been my MVP pick probably because they play like 16 games or whatever. But I'm not gonna lie. Like at this point in the season, like I was downloading like the Devin Booker fit off of Getty, and it was like a navy blue shirt with long sleeves underneath and like wide-legged trousers. And I was just like, I have already seen this so many times. I am so bored of these Devin Booker outfits. And I hate saying that because they all look good. Don't get me wrong. They all look good. He's fly as hell. But I don't know. I think I'm really bored of these Devin Booker fits. That's why I loved it. He wore a suit a couple times in the first round, and I loved that.
True.
Because I was like, oh, a change up. This like sweet breath of air. But yeah, I'm kind of bored. I don't know. It's like always exactly the same. Like, I want to see, like, even just, like, fuck, like, put him in, like, a button down with a tank underneath. There's, like, something. You know, something that's, like, in that same genre. But, like, we're literally doing the exact same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, and that's what you were saying yesterday. And I don't remember where I seen it from. I'm not going to lie. I have no idea where I seen this from. But it was like Devin Booker saying something about his fashion. He was, like, talking about his style. I think it was like a hypothetical question, like, oh, would you rather wear this or this? And he like very literally came out was like, I don't care. I wear the same thing every day. And I was like, okay, there's a certain sense of like self-awareness that comes with the style that he's kind of going through right now. So I can applaud that. So it's not like he's like trying to like,
this is his Nike tech suit. Like the guys that wear the Nike tech suit every day, this is his thing, which is obviously a better version. But I'm still bored.
Yeah, I hear you. I just like applaud the fact that he didn't like put a target on his back is what I'm saying. Like you got a player like Kelly Oubre Jr. who will like literally come out and be like, I'm the best dressed, dude in the NBA. But like you have to live up to that. Like Book is just being himself and wearing the same stuff every day. That's why I'm not necessarily so bored with it right now because it seems like super authentic to him. So.
Yeah, it is. It is authentic to him. I just feel like because we talk so much about the Devin Booker aesthetic, which is like, his house looks like his car looks like his girlfriend looks like his Instagram filters look like his clothes. I think he could he can play a little bit more in this aesthetic. Like I would love to see Devin Booker in like, I don't know, like a jumpsuit and chucks or something. I don't fucking know.
You gotta style Devin Booker, bro.
Huh?
You gotta style Devin Booker.
Oh, I mean, say no more. That'd be cool.
So you lost my boy, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of bored. And obviously, this comes from the point of view of like you and me, where our jobs is to like post these fit pics. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know, like to Devin Booker, like this is his Nike Tech fleece. You know, this is just his everyday wear. Like he doesn't dress for LeagueFits necessarily.
Exactly.
And there are guys in the NBA that do. So like I respect it, but I am a little bored. But that's okay.
It also poses the question of like. A lot of the times I feel like these trends, and I was thinking about this too, a lot of the time I think these trends aren't really as oversaturated as we think that they are. I think that we're just getting like such a large quantity of scrolling through hundreds of outfits every day to the point where like we're getting numb to it. Like the average person on the street isn't necessarily looking at double knee pants. It's like, oh my God, can you please stop wearing these? You know what I mean? Maybe in LA, but not in the Bay. But like for us, we kind of like, shot ourselves in the foot with that one.
Yeah, I hear that. I don't know. It's all love. Devin Booker's still super cool. Devin Booker's still all LeagueFits first team, blah, blah, blah.
For sure.
It's a little, especially if they're going to make the finals, which they probably are. I don't know. You and I have been jinxing this, so maybe we just fucked ourselves.
Maybe we should probably stop talking about Devin Booker before he gets like freaking ACL tear in the next game.
Ooh, why would you even put that into the universe?
Oh man!
Because by the way, big Devin Booker basketball fan right here, so don't want that.
Oh, you're like actually a Book fan? Okay, for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm rooting for the Suns now.
Did you wait? The Bucks are still in it.
Oh no! Well, I'm rooting.
Weren't
for
you
the
just
Bucks,
talking about?
Yeah, I forgot.
Vintage sweatshirt off Depop, like all that, like.
Oh yeah, my bad. No, I'm rooting for the Bucks, but Suns in the West. Now that the Timberwolves are out, Suns in the West.
You see how Ian just switched up like that? See how I had to call my mans out? Sometimes you gotta call your mans out. Let that be a lesson. Call your friends out. Call them out. Don't hesitate.
I'm not a loyal sports fan. What can I say? I haven't been loyal since my Supersonics left.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. All right, segue alert. Boom, boom. Shifting gears here. Speaking of the Phoenix Suns, speaking of people who we want to see wear a lot of cool different outfits, we got somebody by the name of Odell Beckham Jr., one of the coolest people in the universe, popped up to the Suns game last night. How do you feel about? Do you see the fit that he had on?
Yeah, this is how
it was hard.
Odell sitting courtside at NBA playoff games is how we know that like COVID is officially over. I know it's not over. People are still getting COVID, but like. Odell sitting courtside at NBA playoff games is like one of those like nature is healing memes. You know what I'm talking about? You've seen those? Like Odell sitting courtside. Like I haven't seen Odell courtside at an NBA game since like the Warriors Raptors NBA finals.
Mm-hmm. I feel
and he used to be like a mainstay of that. Cause like Odell is the most famous American athlete in the world in the sense that like, cause obviously he's not as famous as like LeBron. in terms of following. But like Odell, like any room he walks into, like he owns the room. Like Odell, Odell can walk into a room with like John Mayer, Zach Bia, LeBron, and Drake, and like Odell will be the main character. Like for that, he's like the most charismatic, famous person. Maybe at the bare minimum, the most like charismatic athlete alive. Like he is the biggest like pop culture superstar athlete alive. So anyway, Odell had like kind of been in the shadows a little bit in terms of being outside, which is cool. He had having a baby, all that, getting his Super Bowl ring. But nature is officially healed.
I hear you. At one point in my life, I did think like Odell Beckham Jr. was like the coolest human being on the planet. But
Odell still is the coolest human being in the planet. If we're being honest with like each other, Odell is still super cool.
No, yeah, I feel it.
Like Odell walks into any place, he's the main character. It doesn't matter who else is there. Like Barack Obama can be there. Like Odell owns every room.
Odell Beckham Jr. main character energy.
Like I promise you, last night, like there was probably like 16,000 people at that arena. They were all looking at Odell at some point.
Yeah, I also like the fact that Odell was like the best dressed athlete in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good. Is he the best dressed athlete in? I know we got the Lewis Hamilton like
probably
stands.
not.
Listening
I don't
to
think
us right
Odell's
now.
the best dressed athlete. He dresses cool, but like I would put definitely Lewis Hamilton in front of him. I don't even think like anyone is like remotely on Lewis Hamilton's wavelength. Like I'd even put like D'Lo ahead of Odell and Jordan Clarkson ahead of Odell. But like that's the thing. Odell is just cool though.
And speaking about that too, and yeah, I don't even mind like diving deep into this topic. This is athlete and fashion, so this is what you guys signed up for. Yeah. No, if you think about like Odell, I don't think necessarily he like has these outfits that are like gonna blow your mind, but he's the one to like make the moments in fashion that are like the ones that to live on 10 years from now. Like when I think of Odell Beckham Jr. wearing $300,000 Richard Mille as soon as he gets signed to Cleveland, and everybody's talking about it on ESPN for months on end. And I'm like, who else is doing that in game? You know what I'm saying? Or like Odell with the Chrome Hearts, 30 Chrome Heart rings at the Met Gala. And I'm like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Where I'm like, no other athlete is. I think he was voted like ESPN something best dressed athlete 2018 or something like that before Russell Westbrook. But
he also like he like makes trends. I remember speaking of like courtside. Do you remember when people used to wear the I don't even know what they're called, but the pants that have like the
rubber band.
Yeah, the rubber band pants. I feel like those officially like became a thing, at least in my mind, when like I saw Odell wear them courtside at NBA game. He wore like some pink ones.
Yeah, I feel it.
And I was like, all right, this is a thing now.
Shout out Odell Beckham Jr., man.
Nature is healing. Odell is back. And I'm pretty sure he lives in Arizona, so as long as the Suns keep winning, we should be able to get like some more Odell 10.
Odell living in Arizona has to be the most, unless I'm like not drawing connections here, random thing I've ever heard in my lifetime.
So little known fact, like Scottsdale, Arizona is just like G League LA.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like in terms of like nightlife and things like that, like if you can't make it as like a bottle girl in LA or something, like you're a bottle girl in Scottsdale.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah, like a lot of these NBA players, like their favorite cities to go to, a lot of them like will include Phoenix because they like going to Arizona and like partying there.
I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's actually like a lot of guys like being out there. So yeah, he lives out there. Also, he wore a jersey and made it look cool, which is hard. Like basketball player outfits, like wearing a basketball jersey and wearing a cool outfit around it is really, really, really difficult. I've only seen like a few people do it right. Odell did it right. And then Russell Westbrook had this fit in the bubble in a game where he was a DNP, where he wore a Kobe jersey with like khaki capris and like purple golf wang chucks. And like I think those are the only two good basketball jersey outfits I've ever seen in my entire life.
Literally, like nothing even comes into recollection for me as I'm sitting here thinking about it.
Nothing. And not only do they like just not look cool, they just like actively look bad. So if you want to wear a basketball jersey and you want to look cool, be like Russ or be like Odell last night. Those are like the only two good basketball jersey outfits in the history of the history.
I'm not even gonna fight you on that one. I know lately we've been
Yeah.
kind of like, you know what I mean, opposite opinion, but I can't even fight you on that one. That's actually facts.
Yeah, you feel me. You dig. Shout out Odell. Big Giants fan here too, so he always holds a special place in my heart.
I feel it. I was a Giants fan too at one point in my life.
For Odell?
I'm not gonna lie. Nah, for Victor Cruz. Like Victor Cruz was like the coolest person ever. Fellow Puerto Rican or black. So I was just like, gotta support the athlete. Then I was like, man, this is sick. And then Odell Beckham Jr. became a thing, and I was like, oh, this is hard. Like, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll never forget. We loved, my whole like family is Giants fans, like my mom, dad, sister. And I'll never forget Victor Cruz was like hurt because he kept getting hurt at the end of his career. And he was doing like Nordstrom ads. And my mom was like,
oh, yeah.
And my mom was like, he's never coming back, Ian. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, he's never coming back. He's like, he's a supermodel now. I was like, no, he's coming back. Why would he ever leave football to do modeling? And like, sure enough, now Victor Cruz is like this fashion superstar and models for like Calvin Klein and like all this shit. And my mom always reminds me, she's like, I was right about Victor Cruz. There was no chance he was coming back for CTE when he could be a J. Crew model. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I'll never forget the day I was walking through the mall and it was like, I walked past the Old Navy and it was Victor Cruz's daughter and him propped up on the freaking wall. I was like, yep, it's a wrap. It's cool while it lasted. No more salsa in the end zone.
Yeah. By all accounts, he's pretty cool. I've never met Victor Cruz, but by all accounts, he's apparently pretty dope.
Yeah, my sister's met him a bunch of times. Apparently, he's a cool dude.
That's what's up.
Victor Cruz, come on the podcast.
Yeah, come on
Love to hear it.
Pod, Victor Cruz. Also, we do have a guest Tuesday. We're previewing the WNBA on Tuesday.
We need to do a collab, bruh.
That's what we're doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even.
So Stephen Curry's been wearing long coats.
Yeah, Stephen Curry, long coats. I'm pretty sure. Was this another Fear God look? It might have been. I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure. I didn't feel like looking it up.
Yeah, either way, Steph Curry holding it down in the NBA playoffs.
I don't know. Sometimes it's really bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, look at that gallery of that we did of the long coats. Like, 2 of those outfits are really horrible, and 2 of the outfits are solid.
I think the last one is my favorite. Like that has to be Fear God. Okay, whatever. The last one is my favorite. Too. Yeah. The blue one I don't like. The second one is the worst one.
The second one is
the one that
like,
got the most traction.
The second one is like maybe the worst outfit worn in the NBA this season.
Another heavy statement, man. Another heavy statement. Either way, the second one was.
For those that haven't seen, it's the Steph Curry outfit where he's wearing like the half sweats, half jean thing, like his crotch is denim jeans, and then but it's stupid. But he has been doing his thing, and I love to see it. So shout out to whoever's styling him. I love long coats. I've just been like so inspired to wear long coats recently. I just have like no practical purpose for them whatsoever.
No, yeah. I was a long coat enthusiast as well. Obviously, it's 8 months or summertime, 8 months out the year in the Bay Area. So when we went to Cleveland, I was stoked. I was like, this is my time. This is my time to wear all the long coats I ever want. So I had to come correct on that one. But yeah.
I want to talk about something I've been inspired by before we head out. So do you see that Serge Ibaka post where he's wearing that same like Gucci track jacket 3 different ways?
Yeah.
Like, I low-key kind of shit on Serge for this the other day or the other week. But like a lot of his outfits recently have just been like hodgepodges of like it looks like he kind of looks sometimes like he's getting dressed with his eyes closed. But I've been kind of inspired by that lately. Like,
how so?
I'm just kind of overmatching. Like
last night, you said this before.
Yeah, but like, I mean, when I used to say like I'm overmatching, and I meant like overmatching, like, you know, like green trucker hat with the black and green tee and black shorts and pine green Jordan 1s matching. Like that was always corny and stupid. But I even mean just like complementary and matching colors. Like I went out for dinner last night, and we went to like a pretty nice spot. And I was like, fuck it. Like I was helping like my buddy get dressed because he's like trying to hit on this one girl, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so like I wasn't even really thinking about my outfit. So I wore like this gray, green, and blue Letterman. And I was like I was wearing these like purple and yellow and white pants. I was just like, fuck it. I don't feel like changing my pants. I wore all that and I slapped on like some cream chucks with like blue stripes on them. And it was just like a hodgepodge. I was like, damn, this is sick. I would love to get dressed like this every day. This took 2 seconds. And like, if you just kind of own it, like that's kind of a wave. And I feel like that's what Serge Ibaka's doing. And at first I was like, he's getting dressed with his eyes closed. But now it's like, what's cooler than getting dressed with your eyes closed?
There's a certain sense of like, I don't care. And we talked about this literally last podcast. You know what I mean? Just when you try too hard, it never goes in your favor.
Yeah, trying too hard will never be cool. And overmatching, you have to try. That's a lot of effort.
That's a lot of effort. There's a lot of like critical thinking that goes into doing that. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'll stand by this statement. The worst outfits are the ones that you know what I mean? You have a pile of clothes on your bed because you're like trying a bunch of different stuff on. You can't find anything. Though it doesn't matter. You're already lost.
Yeah,
like anything you already lost. Like you're overthinking at that point. You overthought it.
I know, dude. That used to be me. Even like 2 years ago, that was me. Every time I'd go out, pile of clothes on the bed, and the end product was never good. My fit last night was harder than any of those fits ever, where I've like cleaned out my entire closet.
Exactly. I went out to watch the Warrior game. What, a day or two ago?
You went out?
I thought of that. What do you mean? Why is this?
I didn't know you. I didn't know you go out without me.
Shut up. I'm extreme. I'm a very vulnerable dude. Like I go out by myself to road trip to different cities and go sit in restaurants and watch. I'm very vulnerable. But
so where'd you go? I kind of thought I was like you're like going out Godfather.
No, I just don't go out with people. That's the difference. I'll go out with
where'd you go?
Where'd you go? Big time adolescence, but the Garrett Station. It's like a little. I don't want to say anything wrong on here, but it's a cool spot for what it's worth. It's a cool spot. I want to, you know what I'm saying?
What is it? Like, you explain it. Is this like a dive bar? Is this a club? Is it a sports bar?
No, it's not a club. It's like kind of like a sports bar. It's like
so it's like a Buffalo Wild Wings?
No, it's not a Buffalo Wild Wings.
It's better?
Not at all. It's better than that. The food is way better than that. It's just like a bunch of.
Do you like read a book at the bar? Are you like?
I don't go to the bar. I table for one.
Oh, table for one. Table for one.
Yeah.
Are you just like?
Why are you making me feel like?
I'm not making you feel weird. That's not weird. I love hanging out by myself. You know this about me. Are you just like what do you do to like bring attention to yourself though? Because you're like, you know,
I don't bring. That's my thing. I'll walk in and be like, "Yo, can I get a table for one?" And they're like, "Oh, like just." I'm like, yeah, I'm just by myself.
I feel like going out like that though, like it's definitely kind of like a pick me thing.
What do you mean?
Like you've never heard of like a pick me girl?
I know you're talking about as far as like pick me girls.
Like
I don't think so,
like someone that like was reading their book at the bar, like they obviously like want to be approached.
Yeah, I'm not. So
like you're not like that. You're not like that. You like just genuinely are like you're like. What did you order yourself? You getting like an app and an appetizer? Like an appetizer and a meal? Like what you doing?
I'm rocking it out. Got a little chicken Alfredo, chicken Parmesan type vibe. Nothing crazy, you know.
You get pasta at the sports bar?
I try to switch it up because it's not a sports bar, it's a restaurant. I try to switch it up. I don't want to go and get the same thing every single time. I want to be disappointed sometimes.
That's cool. I respect that.
Yeah, I feel like even with like you kind of stating this, like, oh, people are very intentional with the things that they do. Like, Shorty pulled up with.
That's because I'm insane. Everything I do is calculated and intentional.
Oh, really?
So maybe I'm
we're opposite in that regard. No, we're kind of opposite in that regard. I try not to live my life like it's a movie. Like
I do. I do.
Okay, so we're different in that regard. I respect it though. I respect it.
Yeah, like if you have ever seen me post an Instagram story, it was for someone to see.
I'll do that. I won't do that. There's no girl that I'm trying to. Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be girl. I wanted someone to see it, even if it's for like the smallest reason ever.
Okay, can we get vulnerable here? What's the most petty reason you've ever posted like an Instagram story or like you wanted?
I don't know if I could give you a specific instance because I would just be telling on myself. But like I am the type of person that'll take everyone off of my close friend's story except for one person, post it, wait till they see it, and then take it down and put everyone back on my close friends again.
Sheesh, that is a calculated man. So if you're calculated out there and you do things with intent, even though they seem like criminal intent, just know you're not alone. EMPR knows with you in that boat.
You're not alone. We're calculated. We get shit done. People like me get shit done.
Calculated kings.
Calculated kings. That's right.
There we go. Shout out to all my other vulnerable people out there in this world, rocking in the free world.
I mean, I'm vulnerable too, you know. I'd be crying and shit.
Yeah, I just like, there's like a certain sense of respect that comes with that.
I think that should be your vulnerable Joe can be your nickname today.
I love this tradition of you giving me the nicknames. It seems very like
I like vulnerable
fitting.
Joe. It makes me just like want to like pet you.
Vulnerable Joe. And Vulnerable Joe is also signing off because Vulnerable Joe wants to go about the rest of his day because this is like my only day off of the week. And I want to go to the beach by myself.
Oh, you're going to go to the beach?
Oh, I just answered it. I want to go to the beach by myself.
Going to the beach by yourself rocks, actually. That's super sick.
It's one I do like how I just said, I do a ton of things alone. I think going to the beach by myself is like the top of the list.
I can confirm I actually don't even like going to the beach with other people. Going to the beach with other people isn't fun. Like being on like the actual sand, like hanging out like in Venice or whatever is different. But like being on the sand with other people is actually miserable.
I can resonate with that
because everyone ends up staying too long because they don't want to be the one to suggest like, hey, we want to pack it up. Like you're on your own clock, you can listen to your own music, you can read your book, you can do whatever. Being by the beach by yourself is amazing.
I think the best part of hanging out by yourself is listening to your own music. And I'm not the top. And you mentioned this too the last podcast. And I've had my friends like that's the number one thing that they tell me about myself. Is how I'd never like adjust my interests or who I am as a person for anybody. Like I'm just myself, whoever it is that I meet, whatever.
Yes, definitely.
So with that being said, the music that I listen to when I'm in my bedroom when the door closed is the same music that I listen to when 4 of my homies are driving with me in the car and nobody else listens to
you
punk
put me
rock.
on aux. Yeah, I'm putting on whatever the fuck I'm listening to.
Everybody's listening to Lil Baby. I'm gonna be the one to listen to Avril Lavigne. It's whatever, bro. Like so like that's my favorite part is like being a maniac and being maniacal and listening to the same song 45 times on repeat without anybody saying something about it. Yeah. That's my favorite part about hanging out by myself.
Respect. Go wear your new t-shirt.
I don't have a new t-shirt.
You texted me yesterday.
Bought it last night. It is.
Oh, it's not. Yeah. It's coming in the mail.
Yeah. Sick t-shirt on the way.
Sick t-shirt.
Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah. All right. Much love.
Oh, signing off. Episode 63. Shout out Malika Andrews. We're not rocking with Chrome Hearts anymore. No, we're not rocking with Malika Andrews only.
Fuck Chrome Hearts. Malika Andrews slows backwards. Let's go.
Peace.
Yo, go follow Survival of the Fitted wherever you get your podcasts. And then have 3 of your friends follow the podcast. And then have 3 of their friends follow the podcast. And then boom, it's the LeagueFits pyramid.